Let me tell you a true nightmare story which happened recently to one of my merchants. I will tell you how we fought like the third monkey trying to get on Noah's Ark in order to find the solution and fix this nightmare problem. Then you will have a better understanding of how Electronic Money Company is uniquely different from all the other credit card processing salespeople and processes out there. Okay, so we got this call from our processor regarding one of our merchants. The processor told the merchant that they should call us directly and not them, but they three-wayed us over together. I answered my cell phone and the processor called me on my cell phone. So step one in customer service is one, to answer your phone with a live human being. Step one with even extra white glove service is to give out your cell phone number. And step one with extra white glove service is to answer your cell phone, which I did. So it was not actually the merchant who was on the line, but instead the merchant's accountant. This particular merchant was an absentee owner who relies on his staff to take care of all his business. The accountant had been trying for 6 days to get a hold of someone regarding the fact that they were unable for 6 days to process a credit card. The accountant had called the restaurant point-of-sale computer company, who said the problem was not theirs but belonged to the processor. But they added that they would look into the matter anyway. But they did not. The accountant called the tech support number on their merchant statement for help, which was direct to the processor, but they indicated that the problem resided with the point-of-sale company, of course. They added they would look into the matter anyway and get back to the accountant, and they also did not. So the accountant called back both parties again and again and got stuck in a loop of no help until finally a particular technician with the processor decided to try and three-way over to me. I always tell my clients to call my office or my cell phone to start with, not the processor. Anyway, for background information, the technicians on the phone have no skin in the game of helping a merchant. They get paid a salary whether they help anyone or not. I told this accountant that the buck stops with me. I told her that I needed to research this strange problem and would get back to her the same day with either a resolution or a progress report on the situation. And of course I did. So here's what really was happening. The merchant operates a piano bar. They average 50 credit card transactions an evening. That night, the processing stopped, and it turns out they had run 1,000 transactions. The amounts of the transactions were strange amounts, $1 here, $5 there, less than $1. We knew that the processor had to be the party that shut down this processing because someone was testing stolen credit cards at this merchant's location. They weren't really running 1,000 transactions. We called and got a no-care attitude from our tech support, but we refused to get off the line until we got a supervisor. We kept elevating it. The supervisor was stumped as well as to how or why a merchant got shut down, so we escalated. After a couple of hours of back and forth researching and escalating, we finally figured out that the system has an automatic trigger to shut down a merchant's processing when an exorbitant number of transactions occurs, which in this merchant's profile was 1,000 transactions in a day. The system was programmed to shut down when it suspects fraud. Our next step was to set up this merchant with a new merchant ID and send the new information to their point-of-sale company so they could again process credit cards. We took on the situation, fought through it, and the problem got resolved and fixed. As it turns out, thankfully the processor did not approve or deposit any of these fraudulent transactions to the piano bar. The system actually worked, shut down, and stopped the transactions in cyberspace before depositing into the merchant's account. But why the manager at the piano bar did not give the accountant our direct phone number to me or my office is beyond me. Why the processor tech support did not figure out the problem in the first place and passed it off for 6 days is also beyond me. But yes, Electronic Money Company cares about each and every merchant. We fight like that third monkey trying to get on Noah's Ark to defend and support our family of merchants. We don't know any other processor or sales office of a processor that works as hard as we do to protect a client. Credit card processing tends to click along in a system until it doesn't. That is where we shine above the crowd. This is why we have merchants who stick with us now since we opened our doors over 20 years ago. If you're not getting the customer service you deserve, give us a try. Call us, 505-296-2847. We will probably also save you money on your fees. We hope to hear from you. We'd love to have you in our family. Take care. Bye.